orbit soon. And we want to see this happening across the country. And for that, what we are doing is we are helping, ISRO is helping all the startup companies to use the ISRO facilities. We say that today, Government of India has created these facilities in ISRO for you people to use it. You cannot say, oh, this is a secured area, don't come inside. No. We have to allow young people to come there and use this facility, test your idea, and you can sometimes at free of cost also, sometimes it's not free of cost because it costs money for anything. So if you start a company, you can actually not invest in high cost equipment, you can come to ISRO and take help. I think this is happening, very interesting thing. We are also transferring technology which is developed in ISRO to private companies at a cost, nominal cost. Like batteries, materials, chemicals, processes, you can actually take it from ISRO. Similarly, ISRO is developing a lot of technology on its own through funding, including robotics, mechanics, atomic clocks, traveling wave tube amplifiers, chemicals, so many robotic activities, and all of these are really available for you to use in case you want. I think that is the point I want to tell you today. After the space sector opening, whatever is done in ISRO is belonging to you. It is not ISRO's private property. It is actually for the whole sector to grow. Of course, there will be some regulatory issues and compliances, etc., which you have to go through, but ultimately it's going to be for you to find out what is actually happening and make use of it for us. So I will skip to a lot of such things are there. Additive manufacturing. How many of you heard about additive manufacturing? 3D printing? Everybody knows 3D printing. 3D printing is exactly additive manufacturing. The other manufacturing is called subtractive manufacturing. You take a metal block, you cut it and take it out material and make something. When you add material to build it, it's called additive manufacturing. So it's called 3D printing. So you can use it with the plastics, metals, and anything. Today, rocket engines and full rockets are built using additive manufacturing. Very important, you should study. Your future is going to be additive manufacturing. Your clothes will be built using additive manufacturing. Your shoes will be built using additive manufacturing. Your food also will be ordered and built using additive manufacturing. Because even synthetic food are being built, including proteins and fats. Animal-derived proteins are used to build synthetic meat and then burgers, etc., using additive printers today. I think that's the level of printing that has grown. There are other domains which are interesting for people. Space domain awareness and space debris. Everybody asks me, there are thousands of pieces around the space. How will you travel to space? 2 months back, one of my colleagues in ISRO resigned and started a company called, I don't say the name. That company is to capture debris and bring that to space. So he's developing a robotic manipulator to go there and capture debris and bring back. It's a great business. You can also join him. Or if you have any great idea, build that such technology. Build small satellites. In this university, you start a plan to build small satellites. I want to tell you that if you are really enthused people, I want to tell Vice Chancellor, start a program to build small satellites. It's very easy. It requires a few faculty to come together, electronics people, mechanical people, software people, you come together to start building it. It will actually create such a capacity and capability within the students to look at future. I think this is very, very important. Similarly, start some R&D programs on technology, like optics, softwares, sensors. I think this is again important. Similarly, additive AI and ML. I think some of your AI ML students should join together to look at how AI/ML can become space ready. I don't know how much of depth that you have worked on it other than large language models or some agentic AI or some work that you are actually doing, some research work is happening in University, Jadavpur University, I'm not very sure. But AI is so much in use in high technology area. Please read and understand because so much of material is outside in the regime for you to understand. Similarly, space is becoming integral part of smart city movement. Head of smart city, where you have connectivity, digital presence, in terms of measurements, traffic management, security, logistics, supply chain, everything connected using space-based systems. But there are many challenges to it, so it's also an evolving domain where there is a business possibility. Similarly, domains like robotics and automation is also becoming very much space integrated. We are building our first robots to go to space, the Vyomitra. I think this is going to be going in the next mission. We are also going to have refueling and servicing of satellites soon. We launched it in one of the PSLV recently, a robotic arm was launched, and we are going to build future robotic activities. And here, in this university you can start such programs. So I'm working on small manipulators and some algorithms of related to that. Okay, this I will skip because it's little involved.
Programming শেখ বসে বসে
New propulsion technologies are
Structure
getting
আমি তৈরি
developed
করে দেবো,
across
তুই শুধু
like nuclear,
algorithm set করে দিবি।
hybrid, electric. These are again university-based R&D capacity. Scramjet, vertical takeoff rockets, reusable rocket technologies, space tourism. You know space tourism? Any company doing space tourism? Blue Origin. Okay. Okay. Blue Origin is sending people to 100 kilometers and crossing Kama line and telling all of them are astronauts. I don't know. They are not astronauts. Okay. Only if you go around the Earth and come back at least once, only you will call them astronauts. I won't call them if you just cross Kama line, say they are astronauts. They spend just hardly few minutes in space and say they are astronauts. But anyway, it's a good thing if you have a lot of money, give the money 6 crores per ticket and go in one
নিজের
trip.
রকেট বানাও, নিজের রকেট
But before that, you make enough money to go there. So you start a space business and become an astronaut. Okay. But then the interesting part is there are other companies showing interest like the Virgin Galactic was showing their interest, and there are many more companies who are coming up. But then it's not going to be a huge business opportunity as far as we are concerned. But then why I want to conclude saying that for you young people, say the space is such an exciting area, but understand these three things before I close. One important thing is there is something called upstream, midstream and downstream in space. The upstream is where we build rockets, satellites and high technology equipments. They are capital intensive. It takes long time to develop. It has very high risk but low profitability. Okay. But the downstream is basically data, services, aggregation, ground-based equipments, and you make a lot of money there. Almost 60% of the business happens there. But technology risks are low, the gestation period is low, and you can actually start this business much earlier. The midstream is a capacity which is more technically oriented, build subsystems which will contribute to the upstream. And you become a supplier of various things, and this also is a great business. So I will leave this presentation to you to understand these domains. And I want you people who are graduating to look at all of this in a serious way in the coming days, to look at where you actually fit. And more importantly, do not do it alone. You find out your friendships, create small teams, to look at space as a domain that you will actually look at in creating technology, business, and entrepreneurship in the future. I think I request also some of the professors who will be able to mentor them and start discussing with them how do you really create companies, what are the methods by which we seek funding, you create some startup companies, and how IIT KGP's incubation park is there, and many other people are here. The venture fund creation capacity is already existing. How do you use it to create money, bring money and build such capacity? It's very important for you to understand and work on it. Just don't work on your graduation alone. I think while you're graduating, you should also look at how do you really become part of such a movement. I think this is needed for the nation, from at least from space sector side. So with this, let me conclude and thank you so much. So I just really wanted to excite you a little bit.
I am requesting all the students to please sit down because আগেও আমাদের যিনি গেস্ট ডক্টর সোমনাথ বেরোবেন, কারণ নাহলে এখানে এতজন আছে, সবাই যদি একসঙ্গে বেরোতে চাও, then it will create a chaos. So please sit down. Please wait a little bit.